So thank you so much for taking this time to do this.
My pleasure. I'm super excited to be in front of you. Looks like we got quite a group. I've met a couple of you. I plan to be back out in Pittsburgh probably, what we say, Doug? Joe's making me get it on the April calendar. So by the end of April, that means we have to hire somebody for the front desk. So no pressure there. But I've been working alongside Joe now for 4.5, almost 5 years, just about. It'll be in April. Well, yeah, next month in April. So if you need any dirt on Joe, just give me a call. And give me an hour and I'll fill you in. I'm just teasing. He's a really great guy. I know you guys all know that. And you guys have phenomenal leadership team over there. I'm super excited to continue to get to know everybody. And yeah, so let's talk TC a moment. So I already heard that somebody doesn't like houses. How many of you don't like paperwork?
That would be me.
Right? How many of you don't like sending something out at like 5:30, 7 o'clock at night? It's the last thing you really want to do. Having a TC on your side can make sure that all of those documents are taken care of before you even really have to think about it. And it gives you a piece of leverage that you don't currently have. Right. And also with TC, with the way that the business is structured, if something doesn't close, you don't pay a dime. So it's risk-free not to give it a shot, really. And it's going to immediately free up some of your time from at least having to do the paperwork and making sure that your contingencies are all met and keeping you on board, reaching out with your clients, talking to them about scheduling. So all those little things that just take time away from you, away from talking to another client, getting them under contract. That's what I'm here for. So it's in front of me. I know I'm sharing my screen and probably you guys maybe can't even read anything. I don't know what it looks like on your end.
It's tiny.
It's tiny. Yeah, I assumed now thinking of it, it's probably not the best idea to have all this up there, but you can see it's a lot, right? It's a lot of little words that you can't read. But really everywhere in between you going under contract and closing day and making sure that you get paid on time. And we're really your compliance officer's best friend. And in terms of making sure that all your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, your documents are uploaded the way that they should be, your commission is entered even before you go to closing. So when you bring those checks back, their job is super easy to make sure that there's no hiccups in getting you paid timely. So does anybody at this very moment have any questions for me?
Oh,
It's a quiet group. I know.
I've been really looking forward to this because I'm becoming extremely scatterbrained, forgetful. Last year really was a great year and I did it all myself. And I really don't ever want to do that again.
How many deals did you close last year?
47.
42.
Wow.
To,
That's
just shy of 7 mil.
nice. Yeah. So that's incredible. That's really incredible. That's a testament to
It's
you.
incredible. When Doug came into my office and said, "You did it," I said, "Did what?" He said, "You hit 6 million," and I almost fell over.
You were too busy.
Go.
You were too busy in the grind to know
I
where you
was
were.
too busy.
I know.
Exactly. I'm so.
And you can do even more this year and not have all those late nights. I'm sure you pulled a ton of late nights.
But I think to even more so to plug Megan is there are agents sitting in this room that already use her. Ally,
Hands down,
Deanna left the room, Ivy's her.
business changing.
You know, it is the leverage that you need at that
Yeah.
point, because you're at that level of number of transactions and that volume.
Yeah,
I did that amount with
Yeah.
half of that number of transactions.
yeah.
So I could just imagine like how
Oh.
much go you were going.
There was a couple of
so-
panic attacks in there.
Yeah.
She had
Megan
13
does
she-
everything from, creating your timeline calendar.
Yeah,
And so that you've got a second set of eyes on your transaction
Uh-huh.
calendar. She's sending these beautiful email templates to all the players involved and helping you keep track of your documents. It's really incredible. I can't.
She had
speak anymore.
13 active deals between the end of June and the second week of
That's
August.
crazy.
yeah.
What was on
Well,
your
I'm
list?
sitting here, I'm like sending you all my love
Mhm.
because that's painful.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
It was, and this year is, I hope it's.
But you got through it.
I did, I did. Yeah, go on, Megan, please, please, it's not about me.
I don't think I can see you. I think you're cut off on the corner, but is this Linda?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have an email coming your way. A little birdie told me you would probably be in the room today, so it's awesome to get to meet you in this session, even before you just get some rando email from me. I do have assistants that work with me behind the scenes, so just like you, I need a little leverage sometimes too, so that I can stay focused on the really important aspects of making sure everything stays clear. They help me button up the paperwork details, the ones of uploading into command and all those little, I won't say easy because you don't want to do it, but to me, it's those things that you can easily train somebody on doing, so that I can really focus my meat and potato time on making sure that these transactions, go to close and we have those relationships. I'm in touch with lenders every single week, regardless if it's your side or not. And I'm in touch with the buyer's lender. I'm contacting them, making sure that they're staying on top of what they need to stay on top of. I talk and communicate with title. Again, regardless of whatever side I'm on, I treat it exactly the same. Because how many times on a listing do you think everything's gone smooth and then all of a sudden you hear from from the buyer's agent that there's something out of whack? Well, a lot of times I'll get that information early on. Because I'm hounding the lender weekly just to make sure that they're on top of all their contingencies and the application was submitted and everything was made like that. Getting a copy of the escrow deposit sometimes isn't a walk in the park, or you guys call it, I'm so used to escrow and earnest money, you guys call it hand money out in Pittsburgh. So see, I'm still learning everything out in Pittsburgh. Obviously, I'm out here in York, Pennsylvania. But I've now been working with Pittsburgh agents for, I'd say 5 months. And I think the communication that I pour into developing the relationships with title and the lenders and the other agents as well really is what kind of sets me apart from other TC companies. So if you're thinking about why would I choose Megan over some of these other TC companies, or even if you're thinking about hiring your own TC, it's a great way to get a feel for what that relation could look like, number one, and maybe what it should look like. So I've worked with teams before that don't quite know how to implement a TC. And I'm able to show them and set up their processes. This way, when they do have a TC join, it's smooth and effortlessly. They've already created everything, all of the templates that they need to. So just from that standpoint, no matter where you are in your business, I think that this is a really cool opportunity, just to get your guys some leverage and to be able to focus on your sales and on the clients and on your next, whether you want to dive into marketing a little bit more, all those someday things on your list that someday we hope to have the time to that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you the time to focus on your top 10% of what you really should be doing and let me handle the rest. So Any questions on that? I'm gonna stop you guys for questions. It's so weird to do this for on the other side of the camera and not be right there with you guys. But yeah, any questions so far?
I just had a question about pricing.
Yes.
Now, I have this price sheet in my briefcase at home,
Yeah.
but how do, I see the top, there's like a package. And
Yeah.
and that includes that entire text below it up until the next pricing?
Yeah. Let me break this down. Yep. So it includes all those bullet points until that next price point there. So complete contract to close is anything that goes under contract until it closes. So the price on that is $395. And I know I work with some agents from all over the place really, and they're able to adjust their broker fee so that that cost, at least all of it, is not absorbed by them. So that's a market center preference too. It may be something that you want to discuss with the leadership team there on how you could make some changes to what you're currently changing or charging. I apologize. I'm not sure. Allie, did you up yours when you started working with me?
Yes. So our broker fee here in our office is $200. I had always just been charging $250 because that's what I thought I was. So on deals where I know I'm bringing Megan in that I haven't already talked to the client about what my fee is, I have upped it to $500. And so the 200, the brokerage will take, our office will take 300 of it, Megan takes, and then I'm essentially only paying, you know, the 95 of yours and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I upped mine.
And 100% at the end of the year, I can send a recap of the services as well. You can turn this over for taxes. I've had clients do that. Now, I don't know what percent of it that they pay or give you credit for. I don't have that knowledge, but I've done that for a lot of the agents that I've worked with throughout the years. So I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like there's things that you're just not getting to as much as you would want to. It's a really great opportunity. I was gonna say too, I already mentioned this before, but if it doesn't close, if it terminates for whatever reason, you don't pay me. So if it does not close, I don't get paid. I don't get paid until it goes to closing either. So you don't have to worry about that. And I was gonna mention something else earlier, and now I forget, other than broker fee, you being able to make it whatever it is. It's a little different out here in my area, but I'm sure out in Pittsburgh, a lot of you agents could get away with a little higher fee because of the price point. But I've got agents that definitely make sure their broker fee is covered with the office. And then as far as my fee is covered too, they chalk it up to an administrative cost and a pass through. So I know there's agents sitting in the room with you that could probably give you some lingo to use if you don't feel comfortable selling that broker fee to your clients. They could give you some verbiage to use when it comes time for that and make you feel a little bit more comfortable. And I was thinking of something else now, and it's left my brain. The train's left the station for whatever reason. But back to the sheet here and costs. So complete contract to close. That's the nuts, and that's your nuts and bolts, your meat and potatoes. Once you go under contract, that is everything there. There's no hidden fees. There's no, like I said, it's risk-free as long as it closes. And then there's a listing preparation package on here for $95. And that's, some agents don't want the hassle of having to go into the MLS, upload their photos, schedule the photos. I can schedule photos for you, communicate that time and everything with your client. I also create social media images for you to use on Facebook or wherever you're on out there in the big wide web. Entering the MLS entering any open house information, uploading any documents, associated documents that need to be uploaded, setting up showing time instructions for you, and then starting the compliance. So starting that paperwork for you and getting that command file ready to go and having all the documents when it's listed in there, so that you're ready to roll for when it does go under contract. So that's kind of a brief intro on what that service looks like. And then file compliance, that's simply, it's a flat $49 fee. That's simply if you don't want it to work, and not that I don't recommend it, but if you don't love command and you don't want to put your documents in there and you don't want to enter your commission and you just want to, for 49 bucks, not have to worry about it and just get that direct deposit to show up where you got paid, that's what that fee is. So we can talk about that if that interests anybody. Once it closes, you just tell me it's closed and I go in, and if you bring me in early on, you won't have to worry about getting me any documents. I'll be able to see the documents, remind you if something's missing. I can send it out to your clients to make sure we're compliant and everything's signed. If you bring me in at the end, there may be a little bit of back and forth just to make sure that we have everything that we need in your command and we're submitting it so that it's compliant. And I actually do that for many clients. I probably do about 5 a month for clients in the office that they still love their paper. So when they have a closing on the day that it closes, they literally bring me their whole stack of papers in here, and I scan them all in and I rename them and I upload and create everything in command, the opportunity they offer, the commissions, their contact, make sure their contact's updated with the newest address where the client moved, or if they sold, the new address where they are moving, their forwarding address and all that good stuff. So it's, you know, for some agents, 49 bucks is nothing to have that handled. It saves them however much, a minimum of an hour, right, of getting all that stuff in there, and they don't have to deal with it. So
That sounds great. That sounds great. I was just talking to Doug about time management.
yes.
And, you know, I mean, I'm so scatterbrained anymore. I can't even focus on one thing because my ability to focus on 15 things has passed. So, you know, and I have to do something about that.
Yeah, and you guys have probably all, you guys have seen a copy of The One Thing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
focus on your one thing and give the rest away, right? So
Right,
that's what I'm here for. And to that point, you had said something, you know, you are scattered, you are all over the place. When you get to the point where you're closing as many deals as you are, and you're doing, you said 13, not always 13 a month, but I think Doug threw out 13 at, you know, at one point. That's somebody that I want to meet with weekly too. So it's not give it to Megan and you're never going to hear or see anything else. Like, I want your clients' satisfaction to go up. I am not only serving you, I'm also serving your clients, and I want to be there. I want to be involved in that customer service. A couple months ago at this point, I gave a presentation in Pittsburgh in the Market Center on customer service. For those that you don't know, I spent all of my life, which I know some of you are thinking, wow, she's not that old, but really I'm deceivingly older than I look. I spent 15 years in dentistry and customer service and programming systems and processes and making sure that the clients received the best service that they could receive consistently, time and time again. Customer service is so important to me. So making sure that your clients are served the way that you want them served every single time, no matter who they are or what price point it is.
Yeah.
that's really, really important to me. So somebody like you that's closing 13 deals a month, like I want to talk to you weekly, at least give you a recap of what I've been working on, what needs to be worked on, where we are with certain things. And two, you guys, as much as I can tell, all the players of a transaction contact me if there's anything. You know they're going to call the agent still. They're still going to call you. As much as I want to be like that main person, sometimes you're going to have information before I get it. It just is, it's the way that it works. And a lot of the agents that I work with will simply screenshot that communication and just send it directly to me. I answer phone calls, I answer text message. I prefer emails because if it's email, then my entire team can see it.
Sure.
But we have a system where my team already sees my text messages and everything. So whatever it is, whatever communication style you prefer to get me that information works for me. I'm not here to make, again, I'm not here to make your life more difficult. I'm here to take some of those burdens away. But even if you're only closing 2 deals a month and you want 30 minutes of my time a week just to go over your deals, because some people do want to know what did we do this week and what's going on here. And they do, even though you're CC'd on everything, some people, some agents, they want that extra attention too. And I don't mind at all. I'd rather have more communication with you than not have communication. I've been in those situations where I know dentistry pun, where I'm pulling teeth from agents just to try to get them to answer me. And I don't like that experience. I don't want you to be completely hands off, because the better prepared that I am, the more that I know about your clients and your situation, the more smooth the transaction's gonna go for everyone. And making sure that your clients want to choose you time and time and time again is really, really important to me.
So in terms of, for instance, a listing, will you be privy to the showings for that listing? And would you follow up for the feedback if it doesn't come through? Or is that something I would do?
No, that is still something you would do. Yeah, that's still something you would do until it goes under contract.
Communicate with the seller the feedback.
Yeah, like I would introduce myself to the seller and my role and just kind of be available if they have any questions. And if anything ever needs changes, if instructions change to the property, like I'm there always. But in terms of agent to agent, anything negotiation wise,
No.
that's not my sandbox there. So
That's perfect.
yeah.
Wow, well, I see you in my very near future, Megan.
Awesome. Well, I know we're planning some trips for me to get out there too. So I know Doug wants me to come out to Altoona. Probably be a good idea to get out to, I don't know if we have any Johnstown people in the room. But I plan.
I'm sorry, what?
Johnstown people?
No,
Right,
no.
not today.
In this room?
Nobody today. That's okay. And then of course, Pittsburgh, we're planning some more time for me to come out and do some trainings and just help and be there for support.
Absolutely.
So, and TC too. We throw that in too. We sprinkle that in. But yeah, I know you guys didn't have enough time with Ryan, and now we're cutting it short with TC. I knew there's not a ton for me to really go over, really show you. And I'm gonna escape now from here. What's going on? Oh, stop share. Oh my gosh. Technology, I promise. I'm good with it. But yeah, any other questions?
Oh, thank you, Megan. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Pep Rally. I wish I was there to celebrate. What's up next? Who's up next?
Onboarding.
Ooh.
It's not that exciting.
It's really
Yeah.
not that
It's okay.
Did they tell you that I worked with them for that system? Onboarding is very near and dear to my heart.
Well, then we wish even more that you were here now.
Well, yeah, let's
Thank you
go.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Did you go to our home warranty company?
Yes.